Hello. I am Sneha. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. I am a first year MBBS student in College of Medicine and JNM Hospital, Kalyani, West Bengal. And today, through this video, I'm going to talk about two very important documents which are needed in West Bengal counseling. Number one being the discontinuation bond, and the second one being your gap certificate. So, through this video, I'm going to discuss who all needs these two certificates, when it is to be done, and how it is to be made. So, first, I'd like to talk about the discontinuation bond. So first let us understand what is this discontinuation bond. So when you actually join a college, then the college keeps back with itself your 12th original documents, which includes your scorecard, your mark sheet, your admit card, etc. So it keeps back with itself, and then you are given back those certificates at the end of 5.5 years, that is at the end of your internship, before which you cannot get back the documents. Say in some scenario, you are quitting the college before 5.5 years. That means you need to get back those documents, right? And quitting before 5.5 years is actually seen as a wastage of seat. So you actually agree to the college in front of the court that you are going to pay a sum of 1 lakh rupees, and after you pay that, you will be given and handed over your original documents. So this is the main purpose of the discontinuation bond. That is, you are paying a fine to the college for discontinuing your course early. Okay. Now, where do you have to make it from, and how to make it, and when to make it? So let me first come to the point of when to make this. So one thing you should be very aware of is that the discontinuation bond contains the name of the college. Okay. So definitely you cannot make it before the college is allotted to you. So, the day the results come out, that is the counseling results come out, there is given a 2.5 to 3 day window to you, like to physically report to that college. Okay. So, within that time, you need to get your discontinuation bond done. So, my advice will be actually the results of counseling generally comes in the first half of a day. So, in that second half, before the court closes, I'd request all of you to go to the court, and you need to go to the notary section. Go there, and in 100 rupee stamp paper, mind you, not less than that, in at least 100 rupee, 100 works as well, no issue with it. So in 100 or above, you need to make it and get it notarized in your local court. For that, you just need to carry one of your valid ID proof. It can be Aadhaar card, PAN card, voter card, or whatever. Now comes the question of where is the proforma. So the proforma of this bond is uploaded in the website of WBMCC itself. You do not need to write the bond by yourself. The proforma will be uploaded, and the last year's proforma is still uploaded, so you can check it out once, but this year's proforma will be uploaded very shortly. So the proforma is uploaded. You just need to show that to the notary section, and they will print that in the 100 rupee stamp paper and hand it over to you. So this is the entire process, and you get 2 blanks for witness. And I'd like to mention that you do not need to take those witnesses with you to court. The court will give you the notarized certificate, and then you can come back home and then get it signed by witnesses. Okay, so this is the entire process. Now you all can ask me a question, that what happens if my college gets upgraded in subsequent rounds? What happens to the discontinuation bond? So the answer to it is, the discontinuation bond is actually unique to each college, and you need to present it to each college you report to. What does this mean? This means that, for instance, you are allotted college A in the first round, allotted college B in the second round, and upgraded to college C in the third round. Okay, so you had 2 upgradations per se. Then what happens? In the first round, you go to your college, you report to your college, and you submit the discontinuation bond in a 100 rupee stamp paper, and they take it. In the next round, when you are upgraded, you need to remake another bond. The old bond does not work because, again, it has the name of the college written in it. So you need to make a new bond with the name of your new college and hand it over to the new college authorities. And same with the third round. So the many times you appear and go to a college for admission, you need to remake your bond again and again. The old bond is of no use anymore. So that is all about your discontinuation bond. Now let me come to the gap certificate. This is such a certificate where many students have a question whether they should make it or not, whether they need it or not. And for this, I will come up with a few cases, with 5 or 6 cases, and I'll try to explain it to the best of my abilities. Okay. So first, let us understand what this gap certificate is all about. I think understanding the concept of gap certificate will itself give you the answer as to whether you need it or not, right? So actually, when you join an institution, the institution has certain responsibility of knowing your history and background, as in what you were doing in the previous years before coming to this institution. Okay, they want a clean history of you, right? So for this purpose, they need certain certificates. For instance, say that you have passed your class 12th in this year, that is in 2025, and then you are joining your college in 2025 as well. So when you give your school migration certificate, okay, they get to know that yes, this child was admitted for the past so and so years in this school. Okay, so they know what you were doing previously, right? Now if you talk about that you have passed your class 12 say in 2023 and not joined any other institution as in college. Okay, so you have not joined any other college but have passed your class 12 in 2023, for example. So when you go to your college, then the college needs to know what you are doing previously. But what you can offer maximally is your migration certificate from your school, but that gives the account of what you did till 2023, not beyond that. So what you are doing in 2024 and the starting of 2025, no one knows. Therefore, here comes the role of the court. The court needs to write in a stamp paper that yes, this student has taken an academic gap, okay, and was not involved in anything else or did not study in any institution. Okay, and then the college now knows what you are doing. The college knows that yes, till 2023 you were admitted in a school, you passed school in 2023, and for the past 2 years you did not join any other institution and you took an academic break. So this is the concept of gap. So now let me talk about 5 or 6 cases through which I'll try my level best to explain to you whether you need it or not. Before that, I'd also like to mention when you should make it. Just because the gap certificate does not contain any name of the institution that you're going to get admitted into, therefore you can make it right after your NEET results are out when you're confident enough that you'll get a seat. And the rules are quite similar, that you need to make it on a stamp paper of 100 or more. Therefore, I'd recommend you all to make it on a stamp paper of rupees 100. So talking about the pro forma or the format of the gap certificate, the West Bengal counseling authorities actually do not specify any pro forma. Okay, at least till the last year it was not specified. So this is one of the pro forma which is available in the internet, and you can just mold this pro forma in your way and then fill it up accordingly and get it printed in a 100 rupees stamp paper and get it notarized from your local court. Now let me come to the cases one by one. So let me start with case number 1, in which a student has passed their class 12 in 2025 and have got a seat in NEET in 2025 as well. So just because they have not taken any gap year, so obviously they do not need a gap certificate. So what is the certificate that they need to provide during university registration in college is only migration certificate from school. So that will suffice. So I'd also like to mention that the migration certificates of ISC board and etc. is equivalent to the school leaving certificate of West Bengal board. Now I'd like to come to case 2, wherein a student has passed their class 12 in any year before 2025 and have taken a gap year henceforth, cracked NEET in 2025. So do they need a gap certificate? Yes, they do. Because as I said, the college do not have a history of you after you left school, right? So yes, you need a gap certificate in this case, and during university registration or admission, you need to give your gap certificate as well as the school leaving or migration certificate. Now I'd like to come to the third case, where a student, for example, say have passed their class 12 in 2023 and in the very same year, that is in 2023, got into some college and have joined the course, and the course is ongoing, have not completed yet, and the person have cracked NEET in 2025, provided that the course is still ongoing there. So do the person need a gap certificate? The answer to it is no, because when you go to your medical college, then they can clearly see that you are in this college presently and before that you were in your school. So your new college is satisfied with the information that yes, now I know what the student was doing in the past periods, right? So you do not need a gap certificate. What certificate do you need in this case during university registration in West Bengal University of Health Sciences? It is your cancellation certificate of the course which you already joined before joining this medical college. So you need your cancellation certificate, and in all the cases you need your school leaving or migration certificate as well. So school leaving migration certificate with the cancellation certificate of your previous college from your previous university. Okay. So now come to case 4. I think this case is quite interesting. So for example, hypothetically take that a student has passed their class 12th in 2021. Okay. And after that they have taken a gap year in like 21 to 22, and then got admitted in a college in some other course in 2022. Okay. So there was one gap period, and then did not complete their course as to yet. The course is ongoing, and got admission in NEET in 2025. Okay. So do they need a gap certificate in this case? The answer to it is no. Why is it no? Because every college has a responsibility of checking what the student was doing before getting admission to that college. So, for instance, say the first college that you got admission was college A, and the new medical college is college B. So, when you got admission in college A, they must have already checked what you are doing before joining that college A, right? So, college A knows what you are doing before getting admission to that college. So, when you are getting admitted to medical college B, so it just takes the course cancellation certificate of the previous college and your school migration certificate, but not the gap certificate, because that gap year has already been verified by your first college, that is college A. So, that gap year does not fall under the territory of your new medical college. Am I clear? So you do not need a gap certificate in this case. In this case, as I said, in all the cases you need your school leaving and migration certificate, so that certificate is needed, and along with it you need your course cancellation certificate from the previous university. Now I'd like to come to case 5. Say for instance, again you passed your class 12th in 2021, and then you took a gap year, 1 year for instance, and then you joined a course and you completed the course. Okay, then took another gap year and then cracked NEET. Okay, now do you need a gap certificate? The answer to it is yes, you do. How many gap certificates do you need? You need one gap certificate in which you are going to speak about those years which you have spent after completing your course from college, because the previous gap years are not under the territory of your new medical college in which you are going to take admission. So in this case, yes, you do need a gap certificate. And what else do you need? You need your school migration certificate, school leaving certificate, and along with that you need the migration certificate, that is the certificate you get after your completion of your course of the previous college. In this case it won't be a cancellation certificate because you have completed your course, right? So you need two migration certificates from your school, from your earlier college, as well as the gap certificate. So now I'm going to talk about a special case in which you are currently studying under West Bengal University of Health Sciences in some other course that is not in MBBS. It can be BSc nursing, it can be paramedic, it can be AYUSH, it can be BDS or some other courses, but under the same university in which you are going to take admission, that is West Bengal University of Health Sciences. So for example, again take a case wherein you completed your class 12 in 2021, took a gap year, then got yourself enrolled in, for example, say BDS. Presently in the course, did not complete the course and getting yourself admitted in a medical college. For that you actually do not need to give anything, because the university is the same, right? And they have a network between themselves, and your new medical college will have an option to change your course from BDS to MBBS. That does not mean you're not going to take the cancellation certificate from your previous college, but in many cases that cancellation certificate is no more needed, but it can be asked. So obviously collect that certificate, but the process becomes far more easier if you are under the same university. This is what I mean. You actually do not need anything. You report to your college and then they can see that yes, you have got a registration number under the same university for this course. So just they click on the drop down arrow and then change your course. Okay, so I hope by now you all have more or less a clear picture about the two documents which you are going to need and when to make it, how to make it, etc. And I hope this video helped you all, and I would love to help you all again. So if you have any further questions, you can drop it in the comment section and I'm going to read it, and if possible I'll make another video to help you all out. Thank you so much for watching.